Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining our webinar today. We will be talking today about something that's been in the news a lot in 2023 and something that we thought was really important to discuss, which is why AI can't replace salespeople. So my name is Joseph Layton. I'm a founding partner of Consig and our Chief Revenue Officer. We've seen so much this year with the advent and kind of a revolution in AI. It's been in the news constantly, and people have really started to utilize AI and been able to really leverage it and find benefits there. There's been so much of an adoption of AI in various industries. It's inevitable that sales is going to be one of those, and one that really kind of benefits from AI. AI has transformed a lot of sales processes by automating those repetitive tasks, and the ability to analyze vast amounts of data and helping salespeople, with those insights that may have taken a lot of time in the past. Now AI is able to kind of automate all of that and create really efficient kind of judgment systems. We're also seeing a lot of impact in the way that AI is helping sales increase revenue, increase opportunities, increase actual growth and actual revenue and sales. We've seen that even Gartner by 2025 has said that AI will be involved in 95% of customer interactions and 15% of all new revenue generated by B2B sales, which you might not be surprised to see that figure go up. AI is just kind of improving by leaps and bounds, and there's so many ways that it's going to be able to help drive revenue and growth. There's a few different types of AI softwares that you want to consider utilizing and leveraging in your sales process and in your sales organization. Of course, the most famous one is now ChatGPT. So this has really kind of skyrocketed this year in kind of utilization. It's one of the fastest growing softwares that's ever been introduced in the history of kind of technology. And its conversational capabilities and natural language understanding is very human-like, and it's might even surpass a lot of human conversation and ideation that you've seen. So ChatGPT is an incredible tool to utilize and to actually leverage in sales and marketing and all of these efforts that we're doing, but definitely not going to replace humans, just not yet, as we'll kind of describe in a bit in the next part of the presentation. We also have intelligent virtual assistants, which ChatGPT can also be seen kind of like a virtual assistant, just in a different way, but we're going to see more of these virtual assistants kind of taking a bigger role in sales and in marketing and these types of transactions, where you might see a chat bot on a website. Those are really going to be a lot more utilized and kind of taking on a greater role in sales and lead generation and marketing, as kind of ChatGPT kind of integrates into those, and there's more kind of utilization and more reliance on having an AI virtual assistant and even an AI salesperson. We also have seen AI come into CRMs, database tools, research tools, where they're able to populate fields, they're able to create conversations, they're able to create proposals and different types of data that a salespeople need to populate their CRM, their database, their tools. So the AI is coming in and able to really kind of fill in the blanks, scrub data, verify, validate, all of these things that salespeople have to do as admin work. The AI is kind of coming in and saying, hey, let me do that for you and make your life a little easier. So there are pros and cons with everything, including AI tools in sales and AI in general in sales. So some of the pros are that we do have the ability now to automate a lot of the repetitive tasks that salespeople hate updating the CRM. Compliance is always an issue. Well, why not let your AI assistant do that? It allows your salespeople to spend more time doing what they're probably better at and good at, which is selling, okay, communicating, helping people with solutions and telling them why they need to buy this thing and how it's going to benefit them. That's your high value activity. Also, AI can provide really interesting insights. It can also help you with ideation. It can help you, create insights into how your company might help a prospect or might help a customer. You only have to feed that into a tool like ChatGPT. Hey, give it a scenario, give it a problem, give it some ways to create solutions, and it will come back with about 10 of them for you that you may have never thought of. So there are a lot of really incredible ways to utilize AI in that way. Cons, though, are coming up. So there's a big issue around customer rapport that we're going to really be delving into in this this kind of session here, which is kind of the crux of this. And we've seen that this was an issue that came up during the pandemic when people weren't able to meet in person. Now we're seeing it come up again in AI, and that's the question of how much physical, how much verbal, how much communication, cues, and kind of human intelligence and emotional intelligence comes into play in sales and in creating and establishing connections with people to help deals move through. Also making sure that that your AI is well integrated and is well systemized into your organization. That can be a pretty complex kind of ball of twine to unravel there when you're trying to kind of put all AI into all the different areas that your sales and marketing and business development organization needs it. Are the different systems talking to each other? How is that happening? Is the data correct? One of the things ChatGPT says right on his site is, this may be incorrect. We might just be giving you something that doesn't make sense. It's up to the humans to check that and verify. So we really can't ignore those limitations. We can't ignore that your chatbot's not going to be able to have emotional understanding. AI actually lacks in emotional intelligence. I did just see something where the AI is now able to kind of track the face of a human and discern what the emotional intelligence might be there. What is the emotion that that the human is displaying, and how can the AI respond to that in a way? But it's not going to be there for quite a while. You're not going to be able to establish rapport, establish trust, establish kind of, how's the weather type conversations with the AI just yet. Also, AI is not going to be able to understand some of the nuance of complex situations. You can train it to give you some ideas. They might come up with some really neat things that you might not have thought of. But when it comes to some complex and nuanced systems or issues that need to be solved, the AI might not even understand what you're asking it yet. So that's going to be something that comes with time. AI also doesn't have the level of strategic thinking that we need to solve a lot of those problems as well. Also kind of catering to different personality types, different moods, navigating the complexities of a human. These are things that AI might not be able to do. Here's some ideas around complex sales scenarios that the AI really doesn't have yet. We know that it can do a lot of automations. We know that it can do a lot of analysis on data, which is great. Ask it to give you a report on something and it will, which is just incredible that, it's had this type of evolution so quickly. But we do need those face-to-face interactions, especially in high stakes negotiations and these really complex B2B sales processes. Human thought and human awareness and kind of the way that humans interact is going to be lost on AI. It's going to be lost on these kind of virtual kind of salespeople that we'll probably be seeing coming out pretty soon. And it kind of speaks to this point from Deloitte, which mentioned that 85% of executives really believe that face-to-face meetings are more likely to result in successful sales outcomes rather than kind of an AI portal or wherever you're trying to use that. Your executive is not ready to do business with a algorithm yet. So the human touch is lacking, as we can see, and the human touch is very important for sales. It's really important that you can't really automate everything. Sure, there's some sales that you can automate. There's some types of SaaS solutions that they're going to be able to do that. But when you're talking about complex systems, complex, very highly nuanced processes and technologies, and kind of where they're dealing with their customers, and we have to also make sure that kind of that all those considerations are kind of kept in mind. The AI is just not going to be able to touch that. Human connection and building rapport and establishing trust leads to long-term customer and client relationships. It leads to referrals. It leads to kind of growth in accounts and growth in sales and all the things that that kind of drive sales, drive revenues, and helps companies succeed. You're not going to be able to see that with an AI solution just yet, because you probably aren't going to say, hey man, I was interacting with that that robotic solution, the algorithm, and they really took good care of me. I mean, perhaps, but it's going to be a little bit tougher to give that type of referral at the moment because we're just not there yet. Salespeople really try to empathize with their customers. Good salespeople give a lot of nonverbal cues. They adapt their approach based on personality types, based on what they're kind of sensing in a relationship. They understand how their buyers might kind of value certain things, and the way that they can navigate those complexities of human emotions and then present to the prospect what's important to them, what they might value, what they might see as important. And, a lot of that might be based on a relationship. That might be based on, a lot of different factors that are just going to go right over the head of your AI algorithm, your chat GPT. Give it a little time though, it might get there. We've seen a study from Harvard Business Review that found that companies with the highest customer loyalty had salespeople that really engaged with their customers. They had meaningful conversations. They, knew a little bit about the people. They, ask about, hey, how's your family doing, or how's it going there in Chicago or LA or wherever you're at, and kind of how's the weather, and having these type of kind of get to know you conversations. People really like that because people want to buy from people that they like. It's just one of the human kind of consistencies and establishing relationships, doing business, and that's something that's been happening from the dawn of time in sales since the caveman sold another one, maybe some dinosaur bones or whatever. Having that emotional intelligence and empathy is so important because being able to connect with your customers on that deeper level, they're going to feel a level of trust with you. They're going to feel a level of kind of a loyalty with you as well. And those just don't happen right now with your AI solutions. Salespeople are able to naturally leverage that emotional intelligence, address the objections, and also kind of understanding what the objection that they don't mention might be. So being able to think, I think that this prospect might also have an objection around kind of the service level. Let me go ahead and address that before they even bring it up, because that's something I can tell that this person really cares about. They might not be saying it, but I can sense that that might be something that that we should go over. Also, negotiations are really important in sales, and making sure that the terms are well understood in advance, and that that's something that is a very highly complex kind of process that your AI automations aren't going to be able to provide. And they really do need a conversation. Also, according to a report by LinkedIn, 91% of top salespeople have a high level of emotional intelligence. Some people are naturally better in sales than others, if they're able to kind of understand and intuitively understand what their prospects or their clients are feeling and what they're going to say and what they're going to do. That's better in terms of creating sales. So there are a lot of great solutions that salespeople, though, can leverage in AI. So we've got AI lead generation solutions. So being able to use the AI to lead score, to qualify, to kind of see which ones are going to be the best opportunities, especially if it's an inbound lead, or if it's something that's come through the website or the marketing or whatever it may be. There's a lot of lead scoring solutions there, and now AI is getting to a place that they can also analyze the companies that are coming through and be able to say, okay, this is a good fit based on the size of the company, based on their use cases and the way that they might use the solution. That's a great way to use AI, is kind of having it score and kind of qualify the lead as they're coming in through the channel. Also, being able to personalize customer interactions. This is amazing, the way that AI has been able to write out paragraphs for salespeople that they want to convey something to a prospect and say, hey, listen, we enjoyed the meeting. Here are some ideas. We'll give that to ChatGPT and see what it comes up with. It might give you a really beautiful email that you just should need to edit before you send, for sure. Also, having this ability to optimize and streamline the sales process. AI is being able to come through and kind of analyze a lot of opportunities in that pipeline, in your workflow, and really coming in to maximize and boost efficiency, which is a great boon to sales. Also, the data-driven insights that are coming up, and a lot of these AI solutions are great because they're really allowing sales teams to cross-sell. They're allowing them to upsell. They're allowing them to bring in more solutions that they might not have thought of just with kind of the normal sales process they've been using. So we see that the future of sales is going to be highly married in with AI. There's no way around it. Everything is going to be AI driven in some way or another, as we kind of move through with kind of technical evolution and kind of the way that people are interacting with technology. I mean, I'm sure AI is already in everything you're doing. So we will see more of a progression into it. We'll see more salespeople. If you're not using it now, you will be, for sure, even if you don't know. We're going to see that it's going to be increasing the effectiveness, the productivity. It's going to allow for more sales, more productivity from one person. They might be able to do the job of 2 or 3 people now, because their AI writers are able to write the proposals, to make the pitch decks, to create email correspondence, to do prospecting. All these kind of time-consuming tasks will now be automated, and you'll have your AI assistant, you'll have your AI partner there to kind of bounce ideas off, and that'll be great for your sales. The tools, the scoring, the prioritization, the sales recommendations, the chatbots, the customer support, all of these things are going to basically let one salesperson kind of have his little team there that all might be AI robots, you might say. We're going to see that productivity is going to increase. McKinsey saying 10 to 20% increase in sales productivity. I would put that a little bit higher. I might say it's 10 to 20% across the board now, but I'd say that that would go up exponentially as time progresses. And I'd say that some salespeople are probably, 50 to 100% more productive, the ones that are really utilizing AI right now. So there's a few reasons why AI is not going to be your long-term sales partner. A few of these we've already discussed, like the lack of emotional connection, being able to understand your prospects and your clients through emotional intelligence. They're not going to be able to adapt to the dynamic situations. There's so many complexities in a sales process. Even if the customer told the AI everything that they needed, all their pain points, the AI might not be able to process that into a solution that really fit their needs. That's one thing about humans that we've got a leg up on, is that, we can create a lot of great solutions from problems. AI will as well, but they're not going to be as good as ours just yet. Also, making the decisions is an important role of a salesperson right now, deciding which of the problems to action on and how to prioritize that and how to make those decisions. That's also something AI is not going to be able to do at the moment in its current capacity. And also, of course, face-to-face interaction. Now, we make a little joke that we have our AI note takers now that does an amazing job of taking down all the notes and the minutes of the meetings that we have in sales in our organization. And then it gives us a report at the end. It tells us what were the most important points, what were the topics we discussed, what should be some next steps, what can be some outcomes. It does that instantaneously. But we always make a little joke that probably in the next few years, that silent note taker is probably going to be talking to us and giving us some feedback, or being a part of the meeting as well, and kind of you're going to be able to talk to it. Coming soon, I'm sure. So there's actually an alternative here. If you do feel the need to automate your sales, to kind of explore solutions, to have an alternative to totally automating and putting your sales in the hands of AI, you can also consider a solution like ours, which is sales outsourcing. And this is something that that does provide a lot of benefits, and we'll find out some more of those. So we actually utilize a lot of AI solutions at Consig. We're constantly pushing the capabilities of AI and pushing the way that we sell and the way that we do lead generation. But we found that good old human ingenuity and our human touch and the way that we can use the phone and respond to emails and do LinkedIn outreach and do the typical sales activities really won't be replaced by AI. So much of what we do is powered by salespeople. We really try to adapt and change to the circumstances, being able to think on the feet, adjust sales approaches. These are things that are really strengths that our organization tries to push into every business development and lead generation and sales and accounts-based marketing opportunity that we have. So we utilize the power of judgment and intuition. We make sure that we're adjusting strategies in real time. There's always a problem in sales processes that we can help solve, and also being able to think outside the box. And a lot of these things we can utilize AI to help us with, but it is important that we are the ones who make the final decision and really try to vet and check everything that we're kind of learning from these AI solutions or collaborating with, you might say. So a lot of people might ask how we can utilize sales outsourcing to help businesses scale. It allows businesses to really scale their team quickly and agilely based on market demands and goals. The market's constantly changing right now. It's going up, it's going down, it's going left and right. You can use an outsourced solution like ours to address that kind of changing business landscape. Um, Businesses can really try and uh, modify the team size and kind of scale it up and down as you need to with an outsource partner like ours, where it might be a little bit more rigid with an internal team, and you can help to really scale up new products, new services. You need an on-demand team to kind of bring a new service into the market very quickly. That's where you'd call in an outsourced sales team as well. So there's a few different best practices we can discuss around choosing the right outsourcing partner. Experience and expertise. I can say that our company's been around for almost 7 years now. In the sales as a service game globally, we were pioneers in sales as a service. And now you're really seeing a lot of companies coming out basically in the last couple of years saying that they also offer sales as a service and all of these opportunities. But really check and see if this company you're working with has a track record of years and years of experience in sales, and what is their leadership's experience like as well. Also, making sure that you're checking through references, reputational kind of documents they might provide on their website or kind of through interactions with them. Always asking for that is important, and also making sure that the talent and the training of the organization that you're going to partner with is there. I know that our teams are all kind of trained in our own internal sales methodology and our own kind of sales processes, and everyone has to go through that to become a salesperson here. So making sure that we align on values, cultures, goals, that's such an important kind of aspect in this as well. Making sure that there's a mutual commitment for success. There's a culture fit, there's collaboration, there's communication, and that's something that we actually demand from our customers and our clients that are coming in, is that we have constant feedback loops, constant reporting, constant kind of collaboration in the process, so that we can really try to make sure that that is something that is successful. There's a lot of benefits here that I'd like to quickly address. Companies that do work with outsourced sales solutions are able to focus on their core business. That's one of the highest benefits that has been identified. What we see a lot is that companies that kind of are struggling in sales and marketing and business development, these type of areas, they're not able to look at their core business because they're so worried about upper management actually running the sales and all of this, that they're going to miss out on a lot of innovation. They're going to miss out on kind of the way that their industry is moving. And so that's something that companies really do need to focus on. And by giving a lot of that sales burden, you might say, to someone else to kind of run and make sure it's successful, that's going to give your upper management a lot of time to focus on kind of these market developments and making sure that your company is the most innovative and is kind of staying ahead of the competition. So there's some information here around Consig and around why you might choose Consig as your outsourcing partner. Also check out our website as well, because we provide a lot of kind of our projects, our testimonials, our references, some great videos there. a lot about, essentially what we do in sales as service and kind of how we benefit our clients. Um, so I really appreciate you guys joining today. If you guys have any questions for me personally, you can email me at joe@consig.com. We also have our consig.com website there that you can also contact us as well to get any kind of information that you need about, maybe you have a project that you'd like some advice on. We're happy to chat with you on that and help you to put together some ideas, and maybe we'll run it by our AI as well. We can utilize it together. So thank you guys so much for joining today, and do keep us in mind if there's any other points that you'd like to discuss. And thanks again.